An Arkansas senator has a list of alternatives to a new prison proposal. What he wants to be done instead of building another facility coming up. And they're divided on the field, but on the same page when money talks. What Arkansas football coaches want for the future of NILs in 11 minutes. Plus, the Hogs are turning lemons into lemonade. A look back at the sweet win over LSU at 12:22. This is THV 11 at noon. Well, we start the top of the hour with new information. And a vote of 52 to 48, the U.S. Senate confirmed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services. The appointment follows weeks of debate over the nominee's odds of approval, as Republican Senator Mitch McConnell joined Democrats in opposition of Kennedy's confirmation. Thank you for choosing us for your midday news and weather. We want to get right to it. Meteorologist Tracy Bean is here with us. And Tracy, while the sun has come out, it is still quite chilly out there.
It is cold out there. Yeah, I just stuck my head out myself, and it is cold out there. We've got a wind that's making things feel just a little bit colder as well. 37 in central Arkansas, still feeling like it's 32. We started out with a lot of clouds this morning, and it was feeling like it was in the teens. So we have warmed up, but we've got a ways to go. As we're heading through the day, again, that northerly flow is going to continue through most of the day, a bit breezy, and that's going to make those afternoon highs feel a bit more like the mid-30s. As we're heading into the evening, we're going to see those clouds come back one more time as we are heading into the overnight hours, and we are looking for your Valentine's Day to start out fairly chilly once again, but we're going to see sunshine mixed with some clouds and looking for a high around 52. But Saturday, things are going to change a bit. We're going to see some of those storms push in overnight, but watching for the possibility of some severe storms as we're heading into Saturday afternoon. The biggest threat, of course, is that orange area. It's enhanced at 3 out of 5 for Monticello and El Dorado, as we're looking at Stuttgart, Pine Bluff, and Camden, Texarkana, Arkadelphia, right in that slight area. Little Rock's right on that marginal line. So mainly looking for a threat of winds, but of course we always can't rule out that isolated tornado with severe storms.
All right, Tracy, thank you. An Arkansas sheriff appears in court tomorrow for a change of plea hearing. Hot Spring County Sheriff Scott Finkbeiner has faced federal charges for some time now. Finkbeiner had been picked up by federal agents for the third time in less than a year. The request for a plea change was made by Finkbeiner himself, who remains in custody under a sealed federal warrant. Finkbeiner's troubled history dates back to 2023. FBI agents say he coerced an informant to take drugs and perform sexual explicit acts. That led to charges related to witness tampering and investigation interference, those to which Finkbeiner had originally pled not guilty. But of course, we'll work to find out what comes of his court appearance tomorrow. Another effort to strike down the Franklin County prison proposal. This time it's a renewed push from one state senator. Jacob Luthi has a closer look.
Mega prisons are mega financial disasters.
State Senator Brian King has been outspoken on a planned 3,000-bed Franklin County prison. And on Wednesday, he took his ideas to address high crime and incarceration rates, as well as overcrowding in state prisons, to the Arkansas Board of Corrections.
So right now, before we do this is a great opportunity to get out there and visit with the people and get with their legislators and go down a plan that's fiscally responsible and actually going to reduce crime and reduce overcrowding and not trust the same people that promised you lower crime and lower overcrowding.
King says he believes the board was responsive and he intends to speak with them individually in the future as he tries to gain support for 6 new bills he filed to address crime and incarceration rates. Those plans include taking the first sales tax at the start of the fiscal year and creating a public safety fund that would be used to hire public safety officers.
My plan is a holistic plan that addresses the high crime rate by putting public safety officers out there to make our streets, our communities, our rural areas safer for people to operate.
King adds his plan looks to best address a pressing issue in the state that has yet been fixed.
And we can look and reverse the direction that a lot of politicians have promised to take care of but haven't, of reducing crime, high overcrowding, and high incarceration rates.
The domino effect that could be triggered from new tariffs continues to rest at the top of minds across the country, especially with the risk of vehicles becoming more costly. Those fears sparked by President Trump imposing a 25% tariff on imported steel and aluminum. Economists at the University of Arkansas say there are pros and cons. Most notably, however, prices will go up. A number of companies will feel that pinch, especially car manufacturers who choose to use a certain steel.
The question is, how much of that increase in price caused by the tariff do the car manufacturers choose to pass on to consumers? So just because your prices go up doesn't mean you have to pass it on to consumers. Now, in the real world, most manufacturers will pass costs on to consumers. But again, it is industry specific and product specific in terms of what percentage of the tariff is going to get passed on to consumers.
Trump's order will apply to all countries, including Mexico and Canada, the two being among the nation's largest trading partners. Little Rock's College Station is known for its recent expansion. With that, however, comes dangerous safety concerns. Now, city leaders are working to address them. Ashley Godwin has the details.
Every day there is a chance of someone getting hurt or killed.
Virgil Dexter Doyne is a part of the College Station community, serving as a board member for the port and a member of the Progressive League of College Station. He says a recent traffic count shows thousands of vehicles and semis cutting through the area where there's a lot of pedestrian traffic, even with signs that say no through trucks.
5 churches, College Station Elementary School, we have a daycare center right here, and there's probably, 60, 70 residential houses along the way.
Another concern, little to no sidewalks.
And we don't have developed streets with curbs and gutters and sidewalks to create a safety barrier for this traffic.
On Tuesday, Doyne went in front of the Little Rock directors to discuss his concerns. He gave them solutions to help fix the problem, like additional signage to deter traffic, speed bumps, law enforcement presence, and a city ordinance to prohibit through traffic. Several directors spoke of their support.
And of course, children's walking up there to catch the bus, and the traffic was just like this out there.
Yeah, I think a DOT violation for a driver will get their attention not to use that route.
I don't want to see some terrible accident and then everybody saying we should have done something.
Correct.
The time to do something is now, as far as I'm concerned.
So we're certainly looking forward to their decisions that they're going to make, and then, of course, enforcing the laws that they create.
In Little Rock, Ashley Godwin, DHV 11 News.
Well, the conversation of fluoridation has returned to the Arkansas Capitol. Republican State Senator Clint Penzo introduced a bill to state Congress. Senate Bill 2 seeks to repeal the state's mandate of requiring water systems to fluoridate their water. During testimony, several people spoke both in favor and opposition.
All we talk about are the benefits of fluoride and what it does with cavities. But we don't want to talk about the systemic effects of fluoride on the brain, on the joints, on the thyroid, on the kidneys. Are people not allowed to know this information?
Removing fluoride from water would have a negative impact for Arkansans' oral health. In fact, removing it from our water systems will burden those with lower incomes and pre-existing dental conditions.
The bill failed in committee. It was by a narrow margin, however. The bill's sponsor, Senator Penzo, plans to present another bill with the option to opt out of fluoride water systems. Well, new life is being poured into the city of Bauxite. For the first time in decades, the area is being filled with new retailers and restaurants, all of which make up the Bauxite Depot. It's expecting several stores to open in the future. Owners already set up say that they're happy to contribute to the city's growth.
It's really been heartwarming to do something like this and be part of the positive growth for Bauxite. We haven't had anything in a really long time, apparently over 50 years, as far as restaurants and retail shopping goes.
A children's boutique 4 doors down from the restaurant is set to open Saturday, and there are plans to open an ice cream shop and more. Well, a man known for his time in radio being celebrated not just for his time on air, but in life. The community mourns the loss Of KOKY's Mark Dillon, his remembrance ahead at 12:17.
We finally have some sunshine out there today. No rain, no fog, but temperatures, they are still a little bit chilly. Stay with me. We'll talk a little bit more about when we could see a warm up and if we're going to see some rain this weekend.